Today we will examine French Montana's relationship with Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Diddy, Akon, and others, okay? Hit that like button, okay? So we're examining how, Meek Mill and French Montana seem to fall out. As we know, a year ago, there was a slapping involved. French Montana, Rick Ross, the loyalty seems lost. Even with Gucci Mane, I forgot to throw that in there, but Gucci Mane was lost for a while, and Gucci Mane actually called French Montana out, if you don't remember. And now I remember how he got to Ross. Similar how Nicki got Wayne to sign. Let's examine this whole thing. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. It's free to hit the thumbs up button, guys. Smash the thumbs up button. Help me out. I do as many videos as I can. Help with a little free like. Put some good vibes out there and you get good vibes back. Okay, so we got Meek Mill, French Montana, and Rick Ross. So French Montana started off with DVDs, the Cocaine Cities. That's how he started rapping. He would get people on there, then say, hey man, do a verse for me. He'll do a video, put it on the Cocaine City. And it worked. And then when he really took off is when he hooked up with Max B. And Max B was basically giving him good records to get a good following. I think Max B is a big reason why he is where he is, because when Max B got locked up, French kind of ran with Max B's wave, as he, which is good in a way because Max B is doing, he's done a decade so far, okay? And in order for Max B to come out and get back into the mix of things, if French Montana is still famous, it will be good for Max B to get back into the mix, Hopefully he's out in a few years. So anyways, French Montana, he runs with that wave, literally, and does his label, okay? The cocaine DVDs and all that, and Coke Boys, okay? He goes crazy, then Akon takes interest. So he pretends to sign to Akon. I don't think that was ever a real thing, and they did this fake thing where gave him a Bentley or something that never seemed real. But in turn with that, he met Waka's mom. And Waka's mom, Deborah Anthony, really showed him how to move in the business, turn what he has into real money. She had him do records with Waka when Waka was on fire in 2010, 2011. And then also with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane, a few years later, after French Montana had some success with leaving them and going to Diddy and to Rick Ross, Gucci called him out and said, hey, he ain't keep it real, man. I stamped him. This is right before Gucci went to jail. I stamped him, got him to the next level, and he ain't keep it real. And it's true, okay? But this is how French Montana moves. And I'm not saying it's a bad way. It's just a savage business move. Hove kind of moves like this, too. A lot of big, sometimes it takes this to be successful. I'm not totally bashing him here. I'm just talking about the whole situation. So, after he's stamped by Waka and Gucci Mane, Rick Ross and Diddy take interest. And they kind of do almost a collab. He's on MMG, but he's also on Bad Boy. It's very confusing. And his real breakout with that, they were doing, he was on a few MMG projects and he was working with Meek Mill. This is around when, Ross just signed Meek Mill and everybody. And, Meek Mill and French Montana kind of blew up together. So, Meek Mill was a breakout artist, and they would always refer to each other, my brother, they were brothers. I hate that when people call you your brother and it's just music. But anyways, so French Montana's really getting the stamp from Ross because Ross is on fire. He had just dropped Blow Money Fast, and it's just, he dropped that BMF record. It was crazy out here. So he got French Montana moving, and then French Montana more so, they do pop that. First they do Stay Schemin', which was that was the breakout record, okay? Drake's on fire. He's on it. Meek Mill is in the video. Then you got, what is it? Just Rick Ross, Drake, and French Montana. What a cosign. I'm sure Meek Mill could have been on that if he wanted, but he probably let French Montana have it. And French Montana and Meek Mill were good friends around this time. Then he kind of more embraces Diddy along the lines of Diddy, okay? And everything was cool, really, until I'd say up to 2014-15, you could kind of see Ross saw that he was doing more Diddy stuff, so he kind of fell back from the cosign area. I'll tell you when it really went bad. When Drake and Meek Mill had a problem, it exposed who French Montana is to Meek Mill and Rick Ross. Okay, French Montana did not want to jeopardize, King Midas from touching him. He didn't want to not have access to the golden touch of Drake. Okay, so when Meek Mill and Drake had that beef, and Meek Mill talks about this, he said, I see a lot of people that were friends with me before, and then, all of a sudden this beef happens, and, they ain't hit me up no more, and that. And he's basically talking about French Montana there. Okay, French Montana didn't keep it loyal with Meek Mill. He didn't play neutral in the situation. He sided with Drake and tried to keep his money safe and stopped talking to Meek Mill and Ross. Cut his ties with MMG completely. He already had kind of done that, but at this point he was not friends with him anymore. So when Meek Mill saw that, and this is where it's awkward now because Meek Mill and Drake are cool again. But anyways, this is where Meek Mill just didn't mess with French Montana anymore, and this resulted in a slapping about a year ago. I'm not saying Meek did it, but someone in Meek's crew slapped French Montana. That's a fact. Okay, that happened in Philly, behind stage. He got a little slap. Okay. Then, Meek Mill had to go to jail for a probation violation because he popped a wheelie in New York, right? Well, Rick Ross also didn't mess with him. So now we're looking at it like this. Meek Mill and Drake are cool again. And it's almost awkward because, Meek doesn't really mess with French Montana because he realizes he's fake. He's not a real friend. Real friends don't turn their backs on each other. Rick Ross realizes it's fake, and basically they were used to get co-signed for him to get to the next level. And Drake's being used too. French Montana will use anybody to get to the next level. That's a fact. He's a savage out here. Savage businessman. There's nothing wrong with that. There's actually a part that you got to respect. But this is just examining the disloyalty. There's no loyalty in this. It's fake, false sense of loyalty in rap music. These people aren't your friends. It's business. It's the music business. Business is about money, guys. But it's still an art form, so it still requires some passion. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, guys, and I will check you guys on the next video. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you're having a great weekend. Peace.